In this video, I'm going to go over 10 real estate apps that you've got to use. This is for all of us real estate junkies out there, whether you're a homeowner or you want to be a homeowner, or perhaps you're a newer investor, you might have a property or two, but you want to do a lot more. Well, this video is going to be for you. You're going to want to watch this and learn about these apps. These are apps that I use in my daily business, both as a broker, but also just as a real estate junkie. Thanks for watching my channel. I'm Brian Johnson with Windermere Valley, Liberty Lake. The first one I want to talk about is HomeSnap. HomeSnap is kind of like the Instagram of apps for home searches. It's very visual and it scrolls like Instagram does. And it has a unique feature. Let's say you're driving around and you see a property and you want to obviously know about that property, but you can't quite get the address. You don't want to get close to the property and read the house number. You just aim the app that's on your phone at the house, hit the button, and it will pull the information. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is how it works. So here you are, you frame the house in the app right here. You snap a picture of it. It pulls it up right here on the map, and it gives you the information, public information, on and off market. It gives you the value of the house. Great information right here without having to go too deep. Google Earth is a really, really cool app. It's really good if you're looking to buy a house, or maybe you're out of area and you want to know what's around the house. Or even you've driven by the property or you've been shown the property. It's a really good idea to pull that property up on Google Earth and look what's around it, like what's out of its visual distance. You can really get a good idea. Maybe there's something beyond the property that's behind the fence line or behind a hill that you can't see, and you want to know about that. You might not see that driving around. And there's a really good example here in Spokane. This is where the dump is. It's not quite the dump. It's not where you and I would go to dump our stuff, but the big recycling dump trucks. And they hide it behind these hills. And if you're looking for a property, let me show you right here. As you can see, you wouldn't see any of this from the road at all. Virtual staging is really cool. Now I'm not going to show you one on my phone. I'm going to show you one on the desktop, and it's not free. This one's going to cost you. I think they charge about $15 per photo to virtually stage your house. So let's say you've got a property. It doesn't even have to be vacant. But with a vacant property, you take pictures and then you insert furniture, and then on your listing, at least when people look at it online, they'll at least get a better idea of what it looks like with furniture. And staging this is super, super important. Staging always pays off. So, of course, when the people go to look at the house, if it's vacant, the staging items are not going to be there. But they would have had a good idea looking at it online. Also, some staging apps, you can put your own furniture in there, or you can put certain design furniture if you know the brand name and see how that looks in that space. But you might have let's say you have a rental property now it's vacant, or a nice home and it's vacant and you want to sell it and you want to stage it, but you don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for staging. Well, for just a few $100s, you can get that done. So let's look at this virtual staging, but I'm going to show it to you on my computer. So here we are for virtual staging. This is visualstager.com. And you can see it's kind of designed for agent and brokers and photographers and, of course, resellers. But here's how it works. You upload a photo. They can remove any existing furniture or clutter. And then you can select from different furniture pieces to put in your picture. Here's kind of an idea of what it looks like right here. See, this is a room. This is actually a totally empty room, and I can start moving things around. Virtual staging. I can move this over here. Oop, probably don't want that there. I'm not much of a stager. Put that back. And then we can move this table a little bit. So you can kind of get an idea here of how this works. And pricing, so this is really good. If you're going to spend staging is always worth it. You make your money back on staging. It can cost thousands of dollars to stage your house. But if you at least want it staged online for pictures, on the MLS, for a few $100 at the most, you can easily do that right here. Let me show you the pricing, the way this works. Let's go up to the pricing. So looks like, okay, so it works on a credit system. It's $15 for 10 credits. One photo is 10 credits. So it's $15 per photo, so you could have 4 rooms done for about $60. Furniture removal is 8 credits to remove 1 or 2 items. So you be spending another $15 to remove. If you had a busy room, you want to remove some stuff, you might spend $15 or $30 again per picture to remove that stuff. But for a couple $100, you could have 5 or 6 really nice staged photos in your property. And that's a lot better online than just seeing them completely vacant. Trust me, it's way better and it's worth that money spent. So Deal Machine is a cool app for both investors and home buyers. So it's called Driving for Dollars. And Deal Machine works like this. You have an app up, it has a map. And as you're driving along in your car, while you have the app up, the map is showing, and you see a house. Oh, look, off to the left, there's a house. Maybe it looks a little run down, a fixer-upper. I want to make an offer on that. So you hit the button, and it automatically sends out a campaign. Now, people use these for different reasons. Realtors might use it to get listings in big campaigns. But, and then, again, this is not a free app. I'll show it to you. But when you're driving around, you hit that button, and you can have a campaign that sends out a letter from you. Dear Mrs. Homeowner, my name's Brian Johnson, and I'd like to make an offer to purchase your property. I've driven by it, and I'm a local investor. I'm a local buyer that wants to buy a home, whatever your letter wants to say. So as you're driving around, you just hit that button, and it sends those letters out. It keeps track of where you've driven, what letters you've sent out, and it's super handy if you want to make offers on properties that aren't listed. Also, if you're just, like I said, if you're just a person that's wanting to buy a property and you can't find anything, but you're going to buy something off market, this is the tool you wanted to use. Now, HomeBot is a really good analysis of what your property is worth. It'll show you what you owe on your property, and it gives you a breakdown also of what your property would rent for on Airbnb, what your refinance options are, or if you were to sell it, what kind of a house or what value, what price point you'd be able to purchase in. And all you do is put your address, or if you want to know what someone else's house is worth, you just put the address in. Here it is. Here, I'll show it to you on the desktop, and this is how it works and what the full report looks like. So here you are in HomeBot. You just put the address, any address of a home you want, really, basically. It'll autofill if it can. If not, just put in the address, select the property. And as you can see right here, you are going to get the estimate of the value of the home right there. And as you scroll down, you're not going to get the information you want for free right here, but if you put your email address in there, I cut it out, you'll get a full report by email every month. It gives you your current mortgage balance, how much money you're making on assets increasing in value. It shows you positives or negatives for doing a refinance. It shows you what you've paid in principal interest so far on the mortgage. As you scroll down right here, you can see 15-year fixed, how much you save on the refinance, and ARM, how much you'd save. And these are different options, what you'd save. Right here, you can $150 per month more. You'd save $28,000 on your mortgage. If you bump that to $200 a month, you'd save $35,000 on your mortgage. And also, these are showing you some different options for purchasing the new home, how much you could purchase, or if you were to purchase and sell and buy a rental, and what you'd rent it for in an Airbnb. Now, Deal Check isn't free. It's a paid subscription service for part of it. But parts of it you can use for free. And I'm going to show you the free part here. And that is being able to do a property analysis for a rental and property analysis if you want to do a flip. Also, it attaches to a rent estimator program, and I'll show you that here. But let's step into the mobile version, and I'll put in a rent analysis on a flip, and then we're going to check if the rental, also the rental app part of it. So here, I've already entered a home. I pulled the numbers off the MLS so we'd have accurate information. This is a property that's under contract. But you put your property in here, the address, the property type, house, number of bedrooms, all the small details of the lot size and the zoning and all of that stuff that you can get. You put in the purchase price, after repair value, what you think it'd be worth, your financing terms. If it was hard money, this is set for hard money. The total of the rehab, I estimated $100,000 in rehab and the $400,000 sale price. So you go down to property analysis right here, and it's going to give you a breakdown of how that works out with your down payment and your rehab costs. And as you scroll down, it's going to show you your loan costs. It's going to show you your after repair value, your price per square foot, rehab price per square foot, some of the breakdown of your loan. This is a really good analysis if you're basically wanting to do some rental properties and do it off right there on your phone and do a really quick analysis. I think this is a really good program. It also leads you to RentCast, so you can estimate rentals of a property. You just put in here your address, and then you put in the property type, and you put in, you'll see single family, you put in the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. and they'll give you a good rental estimate. Also, if you're thinking of renting in the area, pick a house that you like and put the address in. It'll tell you what that house goes for. You can see this one, $22.59. That's pretty close. I think that's fair. It shows you rental comps, which is really important. And you can go drive by and take a look at those. That's really, really valuable. The other rental app is called Rent-O-Meter. Let's compare that one to this one. Rent-O-Meter usually comes in a little bit high, but put in the same address. And we'll put in the same bedrooms and bathrooms. And we'll see where we're at on this, but I bet you it's a little bit high. Let's see, 4-bedroom, and then we got 1.5 more bath. Actually, I have 3. And search, yeah, see, this one's a little bit high. The average of 2,700, I think that might be a little bit high. But I would compare these two if I was going to rent my house out right now, and I might just average them out. That might be a good starting point. This one doesn't have as many comps that you can look at without paying for it, so that's a problem. Now, this is a cool little app I use on my phone. It's just a bubble. It's a level app. It's like this right here, you guys. It's just a bubble. And it has a beep. It beeps when you hit right there. I probably won't be able to do it while I'm holding it because it's really tight. But let's say you're looking at the property and you want to know, is the floor sloping? Or you see a counter and it looks kind of off. You want to see if it's sloping. Or you look at the doorway and the doorway might look a little funky. Well, usually most people aren't bringing big, long levels to a showing. Even realtors or buyers or anything, no one's bringing that. But if you have it on your phone, you can just set your phone on the surface and test it. Now, this last one I'm going to show you is called the GPS Fields Area app. And it pulls images up from Google satellite, and you can measure the area of a field and, how many acres is it? How many square feet is it? You can also measure distances. You work it on your phone. You pull the property up, and let me drop into the app right here on my phone, and let me show you exactly how you can use it. It's really kind of cool. So you pick a property, just there it is on the map, and let's pick a manual measuring. GPS is if you drive it in your car, but this is just going to measure it from the map. You pick the 2 points, you drag a middle point up there, and let's try and get this kind of close here and look at this field and see how many acres this field really is. So let's zoom in. I think I can get this a little bit tighter. Let's pick that corner out. Let's get this up a little bit here. And let's get to that other corner. Yeah, I think I can do this a little bit nicer. More accurate right here. 18 acres. I know it's a little bigger than that. Draw that out a little bit. 19 acres. I might be off by a few feet. I wouldn't use this for legal descriptions by any stretch of the imagination, but it does give you a good idea. Here, 19 acres. I think this is a 20-acre field. I did measure it perfectly. Now let's use the distance measuring. This is kind of handy. Let's say you lived in this other property, or you were going to buy this other property. You're looking at it. Let's scroll over here and take a look. Let's say you have a property with a very long driveway or some sort of a distance you want to measure the feet. You can do it by walking, driving GPS, or manual. Let's do it by manual. So let's start right here. This is how far this guy has to haul his garbage out to the main road. Starting from there, draw it up to the main road. He's going to draw that, looks like about 800 feet. This is really good when you're looking at properties. Well, I hope that helps. That's 10 apps that you can use in your business. One thing I wanted to mention, if anyone knows of a good measuring app for Android that's not a paid app, put it in the description below. I'd like to hear about it. I went over a lot of apps to try to find a good tape measure app for Android. There wasn't one that wasn't a paid app. So I didn't want to drive you guys to any sort of paid apps with bad subscriptions. There were some actually had some subscriptions that try and trick you into it. So I'm not even going to include those here. If you know of any, let me know. Also on Apple phones, you have the measurement section on your phones where you have a bubble and you also have some tape measuring apps. And I don't have an Apple, but my friend does. And he showed it to me, and that's fantastic. So if you have an Apple, look at your measuring app so you can find a bubble and you can find the tape measure right there. Thanks for watching my channel. Again, I'm Brian Johnson with Windermere Valley Liberty Lake. If you have any questions about real estate, feel free to reach out anytime. Call, text or email. And I'd love to help you out. And thanks for watching.